Chelsea win, but in a very weird game. A game of two halves. A game of I don't understand how Forest didn't get nothing from this game. Like I don't know how you can blame Ange for this kind of game where the strikers, the midfielders, just a lack of finishing from Forest today. And Chelsea, one thing we can give credit to is Enzo Maresca for reacting very, very proactive, making the changes which he had to do. Let's talk about everything. Let's talk about why the first half wasn't great for Chelsea, why Forest was kind of unlucky. Let's talk about the biggest talking points. Before we go any further, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. On this second channel, we're getting close to 20,000K. And of course, comment your own thoughts. Chelsea fans, let me know how you guys feel about today's game. Listen, this is the 11 that Chelsea put out. Joao Pedro, Garnacho, Santos, Neto, Lavia, Gusto, Cucurella, Chalobah, Josh, James, and of course, Sanchez. In a very rotated 11 with so many injuries. Of course, the back line with Badashile being out, with Cole being out, with Cole Palmer being confirmed by Enzo Maresca yesterday. He's out for 6 weeks. Of course, the lineup was a bit different. Caicedo didn't play. Enzo didn't play. Again, very different 11. And the first half, it was so bad for Chelsea. The first half, the wingers could barely string a couple passes together. The midfielders barely had a touch. Bro, the first half, Chalobah, Josh, and Sanchez had more touches of the ball than the four midfielders and the wingers and the striker. And this is the mistake of Enzo Maresca. You understand Joao Pedro. You are familiar with his profile. You've seen his profile at the Club World Cup, at the preseason, start of the season. How he's been utilized is very different to how he's been utilized now. Joao Pedro is not a focal nine. Joao Pedro is not a target man where you can put up there and just expect him to wait for the ball to get to him inside the box and finish it off. He's not that kind of striker. He needs the ball. He needs to have the ball. He needs to carry the ball forward. He's the one that wants to create. He's more of a 10. He's more of a shadow striker. He plays great in a two-man striker option, similar to last season with Welbeck and even with Watford when he was playing with a two-striker. Even Brazil, where he's rotating, of course, at the 10 with Rodrigo at X, Y, and Z. This is how you utilize Joao Pedro. You can't expect him to play as a 10 and expect him just to stay there. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So Joao Pedro strong as a striker was the bad move. And I was waiting for Enzo Maresca. I want to see whether he's going to make the changes because Santos had a bad game. Lavia, despite a couple great glimpses of him, he didn't have the most positive of games. Again, you can really put it on the fact that he's not fully healthy. That's the reality. But then again, without Caicedo, he didn't look that convincing. I know Chelsea fans love Lavia, and the idea of Lavia is better than the fact that what we see of him. You know what I mean? Like, the idea of Lavia is so amazing, but when we see him, again, the glimpses off the bench is amazing. But this kind of game, when I understand he's not healthy, he's not fully 100%, it wasn't the greatest of 45 minutes display. And the back line, there were so many weak spots in that back line, so many individual mistakes. First half, Chelsea were lucky, very fortunate not to concede, bro. Morgan Gibbs-White had two massive chances. There was a chance where Josh passes to Lavia, and Lavia completely miscontrolled it, and they had a chance. Moments after that, Morgan Gibbs-White had another chance. Like, first half, it should have been 3-0. It should have been 2-3-0 to Forest. And Chelsea had barely a sniff in the first half. Then, everyone knew the changes that Enzo Maresca had to do. Everyone knew. You didn't need to have a coaching license. You didn't need to be an Einstein. Everyone knew the changes. The first change, bring Mark on, put Joao Pedro as a 10, take Santos off. The second change, bring Caicedo on. Because Gusto, brother, how are you playing a right back in the midfield? Lavia, who isn't really, in my opinion, a traditional 6, and then you've got Santos playing as a 10. Bro, put Caicedo in there. And the third thing is, swap Neto on the left-hand side. Take Garnacho off. Garnacho was non-existent. Garnacho was a ghost, was an absolute ghost. That was the changes. Very simple. He didn't need, like I said, it's basic. It's just simple football. And he did it. I tweeted out, I was expecting him to maybe make that changes come 70 minutes, come 75 minutes, come 60 minutes, 65 when Forest scores a goal. Because Enzo Maresca, I haven't seen him so far this season being very proactive, and I haven't seen him so far this season make the changes when Chelsea needed it. But he did it straight away, which fair credit to him. Mark came on, Joao Pedro went as a 9 to a 10. Casado came on, and of course, Gittins came on, Garnacho went off. I was expecting maybe Steve to come on because he's the better player, but Gittins came on. Within 2-3 minutes, you looked at it. You looked at how Chelsea became way better in the second half. And again, I'm not shocked. It's not rocket science. Wallah, bro, it's not rocket science. Like, the changes that he made, it's not changes where I'm going to applaud it and say, yes, Enzo Maresca. It's just basic football, basic understanding of your players, of the profile for your players, and just the game itself, fam. The moment Casado came on, you looked what Casado did. This guy is in one-man midfield. I don't understand how he didn't play, by the way. Like, he didn't go with Ecuador. He didn't play any of the 2 games with Ecuador. So he had a full 2-week break. Again, I know he didn't train, but I didn't see any injury reports. I don't understand why Casado can't play. Anyway, the point is, Casado came on. The midfield looked way better. Way better. Joao Pedro is a 10, where now he's able to penetrate, where he's able to take the ball, carry the ball, progress with the ball, do what he wants to do with it. He's a complete different beast. And then having Mark up front, Mark Guiri up front, where it takes the pressure off Joao Pedro, where he's got basically he's free to roam anywhere on the pitch. Give him the free role. When Palmer's not playing, Joao Pedro needs that freedom role because he can do it better than anyone else. Anyway, Mark came up front and Chelsea looked way better. And the first goal came from a Neto on the left-hand side. Great wing play by Neto. And this is why I feel like Neto on the left is way better than Neto on the right. Anyway, Neto on the left. Great wing play. Great delivery. Beautiful shimmy. A quick shimmy. Great cross. And Josh with a header. And he wasn't done yet. It wasn't done yet. Moments after that, with a free kick, Neto makes it 2-0. The game was over. The game was over. Not really necessarily. At that point, I felt like that was the dagger, but Forest had chances after chance. Chances after chance. The striker from Brazil, I forgot his name. I don't know how that didn't go in. Nico Williams had a chance. Sangara had a chance. Bro, the amount of chances which they missed was insane. I don't understand how Chelsea managed to keep a clean sheet. I don't understand how Chelsea managed to keep a clean sheet. Of course, Chelsea won it off with Reece James scored the 3rd goal, which was the dagger. But this was a very important win for Chelsea. First of all, picking 3 points, getting closer to the top 4. That's 1. Secondly, playing without your best players, still managing to go away from home, picking up 3 points. Thirdly, the second half changes for Enzo Maresca worked to perfection. Finally, you understand. Rather than wait until the 60, 70 minute, you make the quick changes, and the moment you do it, Chelsea look way better. Casado, come on, bro. Like, I've seen it. I'm so tired of the debate with him and Declan Rice and who's the best midfielder and X, Y, and Z. Brother, just enjoy Casado. This Donny is one of the best midfielders, not only in the Premier League, in the world, fam. The moment he comes on, you can see how Chelsea's midfield completely changes. Joao Pedro, bro. Like, yes, he's not getting the goals. Yes, he's not getting the assist. Yes, the GAs is not there. But you understand the impact that this guy has got at the 10 role. Like, anyone that tells me Joao Pedro's having a poor season, I just don't look at him. I don't take him seriously, Ike. I don't take him seriously. Because I've seen people say, oh, Joao Pedro, without anything, like, he's got no GAs. Brother, watch the game. Watch the game with your own eyes and you understand how important he is in that system. For me, GAs means nothing, bro. It means absolutely nothing. Just look at his impact. Neto, very great in the second half. A lot more involved. Defensively, very good. But going forward, he's making the right decisions and the right moments. And just the first, for me, yes, he scored, but the assist to Josh was incredible. Cucurella, as consistent, as reliable as ever. Sanchez, it was a bit fortunate, let's be real. But now let's take it to Forest. I feel sorry for Ange, bro. Like, I know Ange is now under massive pressure. I know he's under massive scrutiny. I know probably by the time tomorrow comes or next week comes, this Donny might get sacked. But brother, how can you watch this game? Yes, Chelsea won 3-0. Forest lost 3-0 on paper. So if you don't watch the game, you look at the scoreline and say, you know what? Chelsea dominated Forest. It wasn't the case, bro. It wasn't the case of that was a pure domination, fam. It was just very unfortunate by Forest. So how can you blame the manager when I'm putting you in a position to be successful? I'm putting you in the right places for you to score goals, and you're missing easy chances. You're missing clear-cut chances. Like, Forest should have scored 3 or 4 goals or 5 goals in this game, bro. But they're leaving with 0, fam. They're leaving with 0 and 0 points. So this is what I don't understand. That, and again, maybe you can say the previous games was his issue. Which, okay, fine. But this game, bro, he put them in the right position. They just didn't score. So I kind of feel bad for him, bro. He's going to get this, all the stick to it, but it's not really his fault. But listen, the point is, Chelsea, 3 massive points. Let's see how you now respond in the Champions League, because you need to win. Let's see how you now respond next week, because you need to pick up 3 points. You had the easy schedule. You kind of messed it up. You kind of blew it with so many games that you didn't win. Games which you should have won, you didn't win. And games which just literally... The win against Liverpool, I think, was massive. I don't think some of you guys understand the importance of that win. Not just you beat Liverpool, fair enough, but brother, the previous games, like, you had the easiest schedule. So the game against Liverpool was seen as a game which you can drop points, but you basically made Chelsea fans somewhat forgot about early of the season. And now going away to Forest isn't easy. City ground, we all know about it. Massive, massive points. 6 points now. Great start to Chelsea. Now you could just wait and relax and see how the other team plays out for the rest of the weekend. But Chelsea fans, put down comments what you guys made of today's game. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you soon with another match review. Peace.